Welcome, everybody, to the very first episode of the AI Launchpad podcast. Today is Wednesday, January 15th. Happy Hump Day for those of you who are just tuning in. This is a pre-recorded segment. It's going live, it's going out there, and I can't wait to bring you more updates as things just start rolling in, running fast, hitting the ground running for 2025. All right? So let's get started. Let me introduce myself. My name is Mike Pina. I'm going to be your host for this segment going on, hopefully forever and ever, as we launch into the AI future. We've got a lot of great things going on. I wanted to talk a little bit about generative AI today because I've got some goodies planned for you. So, as you know, 2022 was, first of all, when ChatGPT gets released out into the wild world. Everybody's starting to learn. 2024, deployment. People are starting to use it more. You're seeing it in more office spaces, right? But 2025, we go full throttle. What I'm trying to say is, if you're not on the AI train, you're getting left behind. So I wanted us to provide some tips as we go through some of the generative AI tools that I love using on my day-to-day and show you what we're creating. Also, a couple of updates. We are going to have guest speakers on future episodes as well. I've got a great lineup of individuals who are just waiting to meet you. They want to tell you what they've been doing when it comes to AI, and that's everything. Generative AI for business processes, customer service, different types of options that you can use to scale your business up. So without further ado, let me go ahead and switch screens here. Oh, by the way, you're here in the lab. I'm broadcasting right from the home studio here in Miramar, Florida. Beautiful Miramar, representing always my wonderful 305 and, of course, my 954 peeps. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. All right. So what happened? I went into ChatGPT and I wanted to create a couple of images and give him some life. Okay. Starting off with ChatGPT, simple prompt. This is what I came up with. I wanted to create a character. For those of you who've seen the kind of work that I do and who've spoken with me in the past, I love creating characters and just giving them a whole concept and building something around it. That's one of the wonderful things about generative AI, being able to tell stories. But with this segment, right, one of the characters I told ChatGPT, okay, I'm using the subscribed version, the paid version, DALL-E, and I told it I want a photorealistic cinematic side view of a rugged 45-year-old Hispanic male biker. He's got a strong physique. He's racing down a dusty, cracked asphalt highway. It's a desert wasteland, kind of like an apocalyptic scene, right? And, you know, put in a couple of other details: combat boots, utility belt, talked about the background. I threw everything at it. I just wanted to get an image to start working with, right? So as soon as that was completed, this is what I got. Here's my biker right in the wasteland. Now let's take a moment and look at this, all right? Now, those of you using services like ChatGPT, DALL-E will notice they're notorious for the squiggly lines effect. I pick this up quite frequently, and you'll see that. Obviously, they're trying to recreate a concept of maybe a Harley motorcycle, and you're going to notice these weird lines. I mean, it looks like they're wrapping string around the metal, and that's not accurate. But it's okay. For what I'm doing, I don't mind. Then you've got what I've spoken about before, the famous hallucinations. We've literally got a ghost rider here. You've got a bike with nobody on it. And, oh, the lights are on. So I guess there's no need to conserve power. Got some extra vehicles in the back here as well. That's got to get taken out. Other than that, I mean, to match what I was asking for, it's pretty accurate. I'm happy with it, you know. He's got the look that I'm aiming for. All right. Now, those of you who are bike enthusiasts or who actually own a Harley or a chopper, one of those amazing vehicles, motorcycles, excuse me, you may pick up things that I'm not seeing immediately that are wrong with the image. So you're welcome to leave the comments, the feedback. I will take it so I can add it to the image the next time I make it. So next step, right? I got to clean it up. I threw this thing in Photoshop, took out what I didn't like, then dumped it in Lightroom, and voila, recreated. Let's go over this a little bit. Mostly what I'm looking for here, obviously to remove the obvious things that look ugly in the shot, are these items. So I had extra things or hallucinations that should not have been there, that were never asked for, that just appeared. They're gone. I played with the contrast, the colors, the dehaze, just to touch up everything. So I really wanted to get the concept of an interplay between light and dark. I love the whole concept of the shadows, being able to mix that around. Let me just zoom out and then zoom back in. One of the things that I especially enjoyed is how, for example, the reflection is captured in the water, because I want to see that when we put this to video. And let's get to video now, the fun part. I'm going to close this out real quick. Got this ready to go. Let's drag over here. So, those of you this week may have noticed that Halio AI, right? And by the way, I don't get paid for this. I don't get endorsed. These are just services I use. It's not like they reached out and said, "Hey, Mike, give us a shout out." It's not how it works. I'm just giving you honest feedback, right? So, with that, I tried them out. I signed up. It was free. They gave you 1,000 credits, and they let you basically try all their features, right? And I took the prompt, and initially I wanted to make an image into video, text to video. So I used the same prompt that what I've used for DALL-E, but I threw it in here. And this is Minimax, by the way, built into Halio AI. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Let me enlarge this, okay? Let's just take a moment to analyze this. When I went text to image, right? This is what I got. Now, some things I really like. I love the combat boots. I love that they look dirty and rustic, because that's the kind of vibe that I'm going for, okay? I see that this character in particular, he's got some extra items. Let me just move this out the way. Extra items clipped on his belt. Totally cool. Not really sure what this thing is back here, but we can let it go. Not a problem. I like the motion. Overall, it's fluid. I just have one issue. Too cartoony. And that's not really what we're necessarily looking for in this particular shot. Some people can use that for what they're trying to create, but overall, I mean, if you're trying to create a video that looks more realistic, more movie quality, cinematic, this may not work for you. So I'm gonna have to just scratch this completely. Moving on, right? Let's get this guy out of here. First one up. So Halio AI, instead, when I use my own image, right, the one that we created, this was the result. Bam. Just go ahead and play that on the loop. This is our guy. Now, let's talk about what's happening real quick. It's obvious. My guy is floating. He's floating. The world around him is moving, but the road, as you can notice from the cracks in the asphalt, are just static. I like that there's motion, but the motion is not going continuously, and that's kind of disrupting my intended shot. So it's not what I was looking for. Other than that, let's look for some pros. The flowing hair, I love it. Looks cool. I like that he moves his head. I'm not really sure what he's looking at. Maybe he dropped something on the way, or he's checking out, see if there's a Starbucks on his left side. I don't know. I like the flowing of the tattered leather jacket. I think it's a little too tattered, but that's my fault because of the way that the image came out. I could have cleaned this up in Photoshop. Other than that, it's pretty decent, with the exception of the road. That's pretty much a not in my book, right? Next, we're moving on to Kyber. I love Kyber. Let me tell you why, okay? Kyber's got a lot of options already built into it. Some of the famous ones that we're already using: Runway, Kling Pro, Minimax, Mochi. And then you've got also image flows, depending on what you want to get done. It's very easy, and the credits to make a video, it doesn't take much. I mean, literally, I'm looking here. 5 seconds, 25 credits, okay? I think I bought 1,000 credits for like $15 US, $15, and I have a lot to play with. You can see some of the items that I use for the intro of the podcast. I mean, they're still here, saved in my history. You know, the models on the board when you first walk in. I love this. I love this. It's fun. Okay. So this is Runway, built into the system. When I threw my image in there, gave it the same prompt, same or similar. Sometimes you may need to minimize the amount of words you're using to fit in to the AI system. Okay. Apologies, runway. Here we go. That's the next one coming up clean. All right, let's talk here for a second. Let's see what's going on. First of all, the dolly in, dolly out effect, like they do with cinematic filming, I love it. Notice he goes in, and now the camera slightly pulls away. I love that. The tattered jacket, the hair flow, awesome. His face, all right. He's not frozen in time. He's not stoic. There's a little bit of movement, but not as much as the other guy did by turning his head all the way. Okay? Let's talk about the interplay of shadows with the light, the dark, the contrast. Looks great. I've got reflection in the water. I've got cracked asphalt going back into the distance. Okay? Here it is, and here it goes into the distance. One challenge though, look at the white line. That was probably my biggest gripe. And the angle of how he's coming out just looks a little bit off. Not sure, maybe he's kind of steering to the right. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with the shot. I'm pretty happy. Okay? Now, in the world of AI, we've got another contender, and these guys have been absolutely killing it, okay? And when I say they've been killing it, I mean they've been killing it. You can get some amazing, amazing video quality from Kling. Let's go ahead and take a look. Kling AI. Same prompt. There's my image. Let me open it up, enlarged. Let me go ahead and get this guy playing for you. Boom. I love it. I love it and I hate it. Let me tell you why though. First of all, the movement of the camera and the fact that he kind of drops into a pothole gives it an extra sense of realism. Remember, it's a cracked road, so there's going to be bumps. The suspension obviously kicking in on the bike. I like the fact that there was that little bit of drop. I love the splash of water, dust, debris. I need this. I need this for my shot. Challenges I'm having, why is his jacket just frozen? Like if he took it out of the freezer and it was wet, you know, or maybe he sprayed it with too much starch and ironed it. I'm not sure. It's just kind of there like hanging. Hair flow's cool. I love the look on his face, the determination. I mean, this guy's ready to rumble. He's in the apocalyptic wasteland, and he's going hardcore, straight into the wasteland. I love it. Nothing's holding him back. Not even a cracked asphalt on the highway, right? So I'm going to put the 3 contenders up. You're going to be the judge. Obviously, you're welcome to leave comments and let me know what worked. What do you think? What do you think that could have been done different with these types of videos? I mean, was it an issue with the prompting or maybe with the AI model? These are areas we got to explore because as we speak, new services are coming out. You've heard about Google Veil. You've heard about Sora, which is already being left behind. There's more things coming out as the months progress, and we are, as I said, we are full throttle for 2025. Okay, so go ahead and leave your feedback. If something else could have been done differently, I want to hear about it. That's what we're here for. That's what the AI Launchpad podcast is about. So we can discuss these things. Let me go ahead and stop rambling on and throw the 3 on the screen so that you can make a reasonable judgment on which you think is the best here. We've got 1, 2, and 3, okay? I'm just going to put these guys up side by side. Bear with me. In the top left, Kling. In the center, Runway. And on the right, Minimax. Good stuff. All right, let's move on to the next one. So thanks so much for being patient. I've got another image on here. So same concept, right? I wanted to make an image first, turn it to video, animate it, obviously clean it up as much as possible, and to give it the best look using these 3 main services. So without further ado, I went right back to ChatGPT, DALL-E, and I created an image of a man running in the whirlwind. And here's my guy. Let me go ahead and pull up the prompt as well too, in case you want to see. Here's the instructions. Winds of the Storm Runner. Concept: a lone figure running through a massive storm with powerful gusts of wind pulling debris, leaves, and water in spiraling patterns around them, right? The cloak and the hair are swept dramatically in the wind, creating dynamic arcs of motion. I even gave it a mood: dramatic, powerful, lighting, dark clouds illuminated by flashes of lightning. You've got some details: torn fabrics, splashes of rain, mid-air, yada, yada, yada. You've got more going on, okay? This is our character. With that, I cleaned up what I didn't like, which wasn't too much, because I wanted a chaotic scene. I threw it in Adobe Lightroom, and here we are. Just totally revamped. I love that. That's the beauty about Photoshop. Adobe, for those of you just getting into generative AI, if you're not using it, check out Adobe's software. It's all software as a service. I mean, you don't have to buy CDs or download anything. It's all online pretty much, and you can edit, manipulate. They've got services for students. They've got regular pricing for individuals, but they've got a host of amazing products that help you turn this into this. That's what I'm trying to share with you here, and I love it. So Lightroom just really kicked butt here. Did an amazing job, but now it's time to give it some action. And that's where we're going. First contender, all right? Minimax. Now, I want you to pay especially close attention because I was kind of confused here. I'm going to be honest with you. All right, let me just move this out the way. Here's my guy. What is going on? Somebody explain to me, because I really can't understand what's going on here. Okay, let me go ahead and put that back on the screen. Like, who is that? I mean, is this America's Most Wanted? I mean, is he a wanted figure running from something? I don't know. It looks like a zombie movie, or maybe he got injured and he's walking uphill. The point here is, it's not the intended look I was hoping for in this whirlwind. I was hoping for some whirl of wind. Exactly what it is. Rain looks good. I like the rain bands, but overall, I'm having a hard time because of the fact that the way he's walking, that he's just stumbling along, and it gave him a face. So I'm a little confused as far as what I'm seeing. All right, so this is Minimax. Okay, overall for this specific render, I gotta be honest, guys. For those of you using it, it's great. It's a great service, but for this particular render, that's the buzzer. Moving on, let's go to the next image that became a video. I've got over here, guess what? Runway is back in the house, all right? We are gonna move on over here, all right? Sorry for the background noise, guys. Got a little bit of cleanup going there. I love this. This is a winning shot right here, okay? Let's talk quickly about this, and I want to tell you what's going on, okay? They captured the essence of what I was looking for, okay? I wanted debris. I wanted things flying. I wanted chaotic movement. He's running at me. Things are flying at him. Now, I am having a challenge with the whirlwind. It didn't accurately capture what I was looking for, but it's still pretty good. It's still pretty good for what I wanted, okay? Let me switch on over to the final contender, and that is Kling, our buddies at Kling. Let's see how they did. Same prompt, same instructions, same image. Boom. Now, pros and cons. I've got both. It took me a second to realize what was going on. My guy is running at the camera for a moment, okay? And all of a sudden, he kind of flips backwards and starts running away. And it's weird because I'm going to freeze the frame right now real quick. And there. So he's running backwards. Obviously, as you can see, the position of the foot with the toes facing down. You're seeing the heel, obviously, the bottom of the foot. Yet a part of his face is facing me. I don't get it. It's weird. Unless this guy is like Dracula or something, and he did like unless he's like an owl and turned his head, this is not going to work for me. It's not my intention, right? Other than that, okay, going back to the video, I love the whirlwind. I loved it. The chaoticness, everything flying, the movement, lightning. It didn't just stay static like in the previous render with Minimax or the other service we used, say Runway. It went away. So lightning, and then it goes away. but I'm still having challenges again. The direction, what direction is going, okay? I'm going to go ahead and put the 3 on the screen. Again, I want you to take a moment, give me your feedback. What could have been done differently? If you think it could have been done differently, better, maybe it's an issue with prompting. I mean, nobody's the prompt expert here. We're still learning because there's always ways of doing things better. And I got them up right here. Check it out. You've got Zombie Man Minimax on the bottom left. I've got Runway on the upper right, which overall I think was probably one of the best. And then I've got Cling on the upper left, which is where the guy ends up running backwards into the whirlwind and you've got things flying at him. So you decide, okay? I'm just going to get and take these things off the screen because I really had a lot of fun making this. I mean, I'm super passionate about all things generative AI. And I just want to thank you for tuning in. Again, this is our first podcast. This is the AI Launchpad podcast here on AIRocketship.com. Okay. The website's behind me. You can't miss it. Don't say I didn't tell you. It's right here. I got the navigator character. This is one of my guys made with our own unique algorithms here at AIRocketship.com. That's the website. We're going to be posting to there. We're going to have other updates coming along as the year progresses. And special information, all right? I want you to please save the date. 28th of February. It's a Friday, okay? AI Rocket Ship is bringing its first, all right? Hear this. Its first for 2025 workshop right here to Miramar. I've got more exciting news. I don't want to say too much yet, but there's more information going out, so stay tuned. We're going to have pre-sales. We're going to have amazing speakers and presenters, and I'm just so excited, right? Other than that, if you guys have any questions, tips you want to share, repost, please do it. That's what we're here for. I appreciate your time. Again, my name is Mike Pina. I'm your host here on the AI Launchpad podcast, and I can't wait to see you on the next one, all right? Stay tuned. Follow me on LinkedIn, and don't forget to log in to AIRocketship.com.